Hey, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 19 Ultimate Team Road to Glory, episode number 216. Now, the very start of this episode might look a little bit like we're carrying on from yesterday because, well, I try and film a lot of the Road to Glory and what I'm up to and what I'm doing. And all of my time has been sucked up into me doing this, like League SBC, grind, farming, whatever people want to call it. So yesterday we were pretty much super lucky on the very start of it. And since then, I would say that, you'll see tomorrow in whatever that episode is that I'm probably down 100,000 coins because I've been going at it and doing more bronze packs. And then once I've done a whole section of them, upgrading them again to the bronze upgrade packs and then getting those players, putting them into the first two icon SBCs, getting the players from them, going through the league SBCs, seeing if I can complete anything. And it's just this ongoing constant circle. And then after you've done all of that, you get round to needing to open another 50k's worth of bronze packs again. So yeah, it's definitely a grind and one that I'm trying to embrace. I want to really put a bunch of coins into it to hopefully get a fair amount out of it ongoing. But you can see a lot of the stuff that we've sort of been selling along the way. Italians, especially like rare Italians from Serie B, would be worth selling right now. They are sort of involved in marquee matchups or a way that people are using them in marquee matchups. So I would definitely recommend that you guys pick up or let go of the players that you've got maybe that are tradable from Serie B that are Italian and rare. Sometimes the non-rares go as well, actually. But we did a whole nother round of bronze packs. Got another 30 of the bronze upgrade packs, which were the silver players. And then obviously from that you do the league the icon SBC stuff. It is just this crazy ongoing cycle. So that's what we've got for like the first couple more minutes. And then of course I will start my weekend league journey, which will be leading on to a little bit more about like what the title and the thumbnail of this video are about, which is my my secret weapon or my super sub, yeah, that we use in like the second half of the weekend league. So got a little bit less fortunate, I would say, with the packs that I've opened in, but I mean the way it worked out for me, as you saw in yesterday's episode, is that the only teams that I was getting like 7+ players for were, as it happens, from the Bundesliga. And the Bundesliga is one of the top league SBCs that you can do, the one that gives out the good packs. Like right here, we get a Prime Electrum Players Pack. I can't remember what we get from this, but it isn't a walkout, so it's not going to be someone amazing. But yeah, it is boards, and you are fairly likely to get someone from a Bundesliga pack, because they're the slightly better packs. You're likely to get someone that's going to make you a little bit of profit, more so than you are if you're opening the packs from the Chinese Super League, or the Australian League, or whatever, because they're not going to give you such or the high quality packs that you get when you do the ones which give you the big packs from, because you're submitting a lot of golds. So I sold a John Stones that I got in one of my reward packs for like a lot of money, I thought, and then they go ahead and release this whole objective. The weekly objective to get Henderson is like 11 rare English gold players. So the Trippier I sold and the Stones that I sold are probably worth double now what they were yesterday, even though they were worth an awful lot the day before. So it is what it is. We'll get into that probably after the weekend league, into next week, give us some content to do throughout the week. He is the only real weekly objective that I'm super interested in. I'll get João Felix, but I'll probably skip out on getting Daniel Vass because it's rivals and it's 10 wins with La Liga players. I don't think I've got what it takes when it comes to players to actually do that one. So it's one that I'm likely going to skip, I would say. I'm not super interested in that card either. So yeah, I haven't asked you guys already, but like I have been saying in the last few videos, the ones where I do ask you to smash a thumbs up on the episodes have definitely been getting way over 1,000 likes. So if you are feeling generous and you do fancy supporting the channel, supporting the videos, hit that thumbs up on today's video, and I thank you very much for that. This gold pack here, it was alright. It led me to actually completing my first Premier League team, which is West Ham. So I had a whole bunch of players, and then I went out and bought like 3 more to complete the squad up. And from that, what we're going to get a gold players pack. It's not the greatest of rewards, but it is another 12 gold players, and we submitted probably 8 or 9 goal players in that pack. So hopefully we're coming out with more on top. We're starting to fill up more and more clubs. And there's going to be this tipping point, right, where I've done enough bronze packs to do enough upgrades to get enough players where I'll start all of a sudden having 7+ players, which is that magic number, for multiple teams, and then we'll start getting the packs coming in. I guess that's when the profit really starts rolling. I don't know a huge amount about this, but I think that's pretty much how it works. However, even though we're down a bunch of coins right now, we've got so many more players in our club, and we're sort of part way towards more League SBCs than we've ever been before. So I'm definitely not worried at the moment. Sorry, that was my phone. How rude of me. Anyway, we go into our first weekend league game. You know, we're playing the 4-1-2-1-2 this week. Just to be different and not try that 4-2-3-1 where I completely and utterly rely on the wide cams to do all my heading for me. I wanted to try something different, see if the squad could perform nicely. And would you believe it, I push out wide, whip the ball in, and Richarlison's there to head home. I'm still going to score headers, I'm sure of it. But yeah, it just that was how the first goal came around. I was surprised at the really poor team my opponent had. It wasn't weekend league worthy at all. However, he rocked me a little bit in the first half. 3 at the back, I was super confident. I was 2-0 up after 35 minutes, but I'm pretty sure I had less possession, and he had way better pass accuracy, and was just, no, he didn't. Yeah, he actually had less pass accuracy, but he was good at holding the ball, and that worried me. Definitely worries me when I'm not fully in control of the game. So this right here, bringing Ibra on at cam and pushing Mbappe up to striker, and then bringing on my Vieri. It worked the other day in Rivals, and he was sort of like this secret weapon, which I don't think people would expect you to use. And you never see people using a Vieri, do you? So I'm going to class him as a hidden gem. No, I'm not really, but every time he comes on for me, he scores a goal. Now, this time, granted, it was rolled out to him, and he pretty much couldn't miss. But he got his club foot behind it and absolutely belted it into the back of the net. And so far, when I bring him on, he creates. He makes stuff happen. I enjoy using him on this game. So I'm actually kind of glad we got him in our mid-icon pack. So right now, I've got no plans to do an icon SBC. We're not quite at that level yet. Maybe we will be eventually. And we might work towards, trying to get a Ronaldinho in our club or something like that. I don't know. But if that's the case, then someone like Vieri would obviously get booted into the SBC. But yeah, eventually Vieri comes on, my super sub, and he gets himself a goal and an assist because he whips it to the back post for Pogba to head that goal in, of which my opponent then rage quit. I then went into my second game and I was like, what are these teams? Like, this is not super amazing either. Like, it's all right, I guess. And this guy, I don't know, you might see it every now and again in just, if you take a look at that little map in the bottom corner, probably like here next to me, or maybe here, I don't know which direction to point, but he's so wide. He's so wide. He plays this regular 4-1-2-1-2, and he's obviously set the sliders all the way up to the top, almost as if he doesn't understand the sliders, where it's like narrowest to widest, and he's just thought, oh, I'll put it all the way to the top and they'll perform better. And actually, it just means that his Sterling and his fullbacks and stuff were like right out wide, which was weird. It meant that there was so much more space on the pitch. I was fine with that. It was fairly easy to break through at that point, but I was so confident, and I was 2-0 up fairly early, that I just start getting overconfident. And at that point, it's just like me trying to score nice goals or trying to do different stuff. So I don't go on like the all-out offensive, crazy attack to win like 8-0. At this point, I'll try and score something decent. I mean, we get gifted a penalty. I tried to bang it in the corner with David Luiz, didn't quite work. He actually saved that one. And then from the resulting cross, we can't quite get a toe on that to stick it in the back of the net. But yeah, like, he was so wide that it was, like, you can see right now in the bottom corner, like, how wide those wingers are out. It's just nuts. And it feels like you're up against two centre-backs half the time, because although they've pushed in at this point in time, though, that Valencia and I don't know who Alonso it was, as a left-back, were just so far out there. It genuinely left two massive holes in the defence. And when I'm using 4-1-2-1-2, which is super narrow, my players are clumped up and pushing forward. And obviously that's a good thing, isn't it? You know, it means that I've got my little triangles of passing going. And who's this getting through? Oh yeah, it's Vieri, my super sub, my secret weapon, scoring again for us today. As soon as he comes on, 20 minutes on the pitch, he's netted a goal. Now, fun fact, I've actually seen Christian Vieri score a hat-trick in real life against my beloved Ipswich Town, of which the kit we are wearing today. Yeah, once upon a time when we weren't relegated from the Championship into League One, we actually used to be in the Prem. And this is back in the day when I used to spend all my time watching them, season ticket holder for a decade and all of that type of stuff. So I used to go to a lot of Ipswich matches. We got into Europe. We finished 5th in the Premier League. We got into Europe, and then we got into Milan. We got Inter back in the day in one of our groups or one of our knockouts or whatever it was. And I went to the home match. Obviously, I was a season ticket holder anyway, and we drew 1-1. I'm pretty sure. I think it was Clarence Seedorf that scored. I think, who I've seen in real life because he played for Inter as well back in the day. And then we scored with Alan Armstrong, beast. You probably never heard of him. And then I was able to get a couple of days off school. This is how long ago it was. So that we could go out to Milan, me and my family, go to the San Siro to watch Ipswich play. And Christian Vieri scored a freaking hat-trick against us. And we got annihilated. We lost 4-1 in the end. But yeah, it was cool. And that was the one game in my entire life that I've ever seen R9. He came on. He used to play for Inter back then. He had his gold boots. He was very injury prone at that point. Or he was just coming back from an injury or something. And he came on very in the latter stages of the game. And it was like one of my dream moments to see R9 in person playing football. He didn't really make anything happen because he literally came on for the very final few minutes, I think. But yeah, that's like my claim to that's why he's probably up there as with Zidane, with Ronaldinho as like my favourite players ever, and I'm so happy that I finally got a glimpse of him in real life. Yeah, but Christian Vieri, my player here, scored the hat-trick against us, and that's one of the reasons why we went out of Europe that year. But anyway, and it was all downhill from there, because then we got relegated, then we got, 10 or so years later, we're down in League One. Awful stuff. But yeah, that was story time with Lasty as we come towards the end of the episode. We win 3-1 in this final game. This guy gave me a right game though. He was a decent player and I nearly let it slip. Going 1-0 down was not wise, and yeah, eventually we came out on top after... I didn't actually bring Vieri on in that particular game, but every single game that I've brought him on so far, he's done great and scored a goal. So I'm actually not hesitant to bring him on. He's a really, really good striker. The one I'm using anyway. I'm just getting along with him. Working alongside someone super quick and stuff. He's got this crazy left foot. And he just seems potent. He seems like he's scoring lots of goals. So it's time that I caught you up on where we're at in terms of League SBCs. I got a bunch of the CSL done. So that's 10 out of 16 clubs done for CSL. There was like another Bundesliga one done. We got like a Prem one done. And so we're gradually going up. And I'll try and complete them as and when. I've done a whole nother bunch of it today off camera. And that's what I'll start to do now. I don't want to bore it with you constantly, but I'll give you continual updates. This is the sort of stuff that I'm going to be doing behind the scenes. And of course, I will add the packs in if I was to pack anyone big or anyone that would earn me money, so that you could see where I'm getting my coins from and stuff like that. So yeah, I fully expect that when you next see an episode of this, that my Alonso and my Aurier will be upgraded. I hope so anyway. Typically the way it goes is once the games are played, we get the new promo on the Friday night, and then later on that night, sometime during the middle of the night, they upgrade. So I'm expecting an 89 Alonso and an 89 Aurier. You'll know by the time that you're watching this, but I don't know as of yet. But that is today's episode. I do hope you have enjoyed. Do me a massive favour and hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Insta. Those links are down below in the description. Have a lovely day, everyone. I will catch you all next time. Peace.